Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be looking at Lesson 28 from A Course in Miracles.
This one is all about seeing things a little differently.
Yeah, like really trying to understand the purpose of things, maybe things that we don't usually think twice about.
Right, exactly. And, as always, each lesson builds on the last.
So let's just dive right into it and hear today's lesson.
Sounds good.
Above all else, I want to see things differently. Today we are really giving specific application to the idea for yesterday. In these practice periods, you will be making a series of definite commitments. The question of whether you will keep them in the future is not our concern here. If you're willing at least to make them now, you have started on the way to keeping them. And we are still at the beginning. You may wonder why it's important to say, for example, above all else, I want to see this table differently. In itself, it is not important at all. Yet what is by itself, and what does in itself mean? You see a lot of separate things about you, which really means you are not seeing at all. You either see or not. When you've seen one thing differently, you will see all things differently. The light you will see in any one of them is the same light you will see in them all. When you say, above all else, I want to see this table differently, you are making a commitment to withdraw all your own preconceived ideas about the table and open your mind to what it is and what it is for. You are not defining it in past terms. You are asking what it is rather than telling it what it is. You are not binding its meaning to your own tiny experience of tables, nor are you limiting its purpose to your little personal thoughts. You will not question what you have already defined. And the purpose of these exercises is to ask questions and receive the answers. In saying, above all else, I want to see this table differently, you are committing yourself to seeing. It is not an exclusive commitment. It is a commitment which applies to the table just as much as to anything else, neither more or less. You could, in fact, gain vision from just that table if you could withdraw all your own ideas from it and look upon it with a completely open mind. It has something to show you, something beautiful and clean and of infinite value, full of happiness and hope. Hidden under all your own ideas about it is its real purpose, the purpose it shares with all the universe. In using the table as a subject for applying the idea for today, you are therefore really asking to see the purpose of the universe. You will be making the same request of each subject which you use in the practice periods, and you are making a commitment to each of them to let its purpose be revealed to you instead of placing your own judgment upon it. We will have 6 2-minute practice periods today in which the idea for the day is stated first and then applied to whatever you see in looking about you. Not only should the subjects be chosen randomly, but each one should be accorded equal sincerity, as today's idea is applied to it in an attempt to acknowledge the equal value of them all in their contribution to your seeing. As usual, the applications should include the name of the subject which your eyes happen to light on, and you should rest your eyes on it while saying, above all else, I want to see this differently. Each application should be made quite slowly and as thoughtfully as possible. There is no hurry.
It's so interesting, isn't it, how they use something as simple as a table to illustrate this point.
Yeah, why a table?
I think it's because tables are so ordinary. We see them every day.
Yeah, they're practically invisible to us. We just, take them for granted.
And this lesson, it's telling us to really see the table, to go beyond our preconceived notions.
Yeah. What if we challenged ourselves to look at a table as if we've never seen one before?
Right. And ask ourselves, what is this thing really? What's its true purpose?
I was like, we've put a label on it in our minds, just table, end of story.
Exactly. And this is about peeling back that label and seeing what lies beneath.
So if we could somehow manage to look at a table with a completely open mind, what would we see?
Well, we might see the beauty of the wood, or the craftsmanship that went into making it.
Or think about all the moments it's been a part of. Family dinners, homework sessions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's still a table, but we're seeing it through a new lens, appreciating it in a new way.
And this new lens, this shift in perception, isn't just for tables.
Right. It's meant to apply to everything in our lives. Everything.
Like how?
Well, imagine you're on the bus and someone's being really loud and annoying.
The worst.
Right. But instead of just getting irritated, what if you tried to see that person differently?
See them differently? Like how?
Maybe they're having a really tough day, or they just don't know how to express themselves appropriately. You don't have to condone their behavior, but you can try to understand it.
That's a pretty big shift in thinking.
It is, and it takes practice. It's like the lesson says, above all else, I want to see this blank differently.
Okay, that makes sense. So how do we actually put this into practice?
Well, the lesson suggests incorporating 6 2-minute practice periods into our day.
6? That seems doable.
Right, and in those 2 minutes, you just choose any object that catches your eye. It could be your phone, a tree outside, even the sound of traffic.
And you just stare at it for 2 minutes.
Well, not just stare. The idea is to really try to see it differently, to question your assumptions about it.
So, for example,
Let's say you choose your phone. Instead of just thinking, this is my phone, it lets me call people, send texts, you might think about the technology that went into creating it.
or the people who assembled it.
Exactly. Or even the impact it has on your life, both positive and negative. Just take those 2 minutes to see it with fresh eyes.
It's like hitting a mental reset button.
Exactly. And this practice can be really helpful, especially in those moments when we're feeling frustrated or impatient.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like when I'm stuck in a long line at the grocery store,
Yeah.
instead of getting annoyed, I could try to see the situation differently.
Right. Maybe it's a chance to slow down and be present, or to observe the people around you.
Or to strike up a conversation with someone you wouldn't normally talk to.
See? Now you're getting it. It's about finding that hidden purpose in the seemingly mundane.
I like it.
And another real life example could be dealing with a difficult roommate.
Oh, yeah, like someone who never does their dishes.
Right. Instead of focusing on the annoyance, you could see it as an opportunity to have a conversation about shared responsibilities.
To set some boundaries.
Exactly. You're not condoning their behavior, but you are choosing to see the situation through a different lens.
It's like reframing the whole thing.
And the more we practice this, the more we start to see the interconnectedness of everything.
Interconnectedness.
Yeah, like the lesson says, the light we see in that simple table is the same light we see in the universe, in ourselves and in each other.
It's all connected somehow.
Right.
So with all this in mind, what's a question our listeners can ponder today?
Well, how about this? If everything has a purpose, what might be the purpose of something like a flat tire or a rainy day?
Interesting. Things that we usually see as inconveniences.
Exactly. I think reflecting on that can really open up some new perspectives.
Thanks for joining us today for this deep dive into Lesson 28 of A Course in Miracles. Keep those questions in mind and see how you can apply these teachings in your own life.
And we'll see you tomorrow for the next lesson.
See you then.